Hello guys, and welcome to my channel. Let's get straight into the charts. Remember, I'm not your financial advisor. This is just for fun, but there are always great possibilities, great opportunities in the market. That's why I'm making not only one video but more, because I always see some opportunities in the markets. Let's start with gold. This is the daily chart on gold, and as you can see, we had a pullback, and this area, that is an area of support for me right now, has been strong support. So when we bounced back up, we touched it, we got into it, but then we bounced back up, and right now so far we are developing a green daily candle, but of course it's an open candle. We'll see how it closes. I shared with you that once we get into this support area, we will probably bounce back and get to this area. In fact, the 50-day EMA is right there, so I think we are going to touch that. I hope we will close this daily candle above that, but we will see what happens. We may just go there and spend some time there, and then spend some time in this area, and then break above. 20-day EMA may also be some resistance for us on our way back up, and then 1830, 1835, which actually hasn't been such a strong support or resistance area for us recently. We will see, but I think sooner or later we will get back up. That's the daily chart on gold. Can have a look at the 4-hour chart and see what's going on there. So this is the 4-hour chart. Yeah, we bounce back. We may spend some time here. In fact, we may even develop an inverse head and shoulder pattern. We will see what happens here, but sooner or later we will get back into this area of resistance. This is resistance for us right now, and we will see what gold does there. Now let's go over to the weekly chart on gold and see what's happening there, or what has been happening there. So this is the weekly chart on gold. Now let's see. We had this wedge, which was a bullish formation, and we came back and almost touched the trend line of this wedge, but we are bouncing back up. We are hopefully bouncing back and close this weekly candle body above the 50-day EMA. I'm hoping that it will close above the 20-day EMA. Because 20-day, I'm sorry, this is the weekly chart. The 20 EMA is above the 50 EMA. Okay, so just one quick look at this chart. Let me see. Yeah, here we go. All right. So we've got this chart right here. We had a bounce up, and it seemed to have been a false breakout because we bounced back down to here. I have a line, a trend line, a falling trend line. I connected the body candles. I think it was a valid trend line. We bounced back, touched it several times. In fact, we had a wick below it, but then bounced back, of course. So I think it was a valid breakout, but we are spending some time of consolidation, and now I have this falling trend line, and we broke out and we are consolidating. So let's look. I just want to have a quick look on the longer term. So this is not the immediate short term, this is the weekly chart, and let's see if I connect some tops of the weekly candles, starting let's start it right here. Let's see what we get. Wow, we've got a trend line, I think. Here we go. Let me just like this, yeah, like this. I connected the tops of these candles. We've got a trend line there. Let's do it here also, down there. Yeah, we've got wicks, only a few candle bodies, but it's okay. So we've got this triangle pattern here because previously we were in an uptrend. For me, this is a bullish formation, and I expect gold to break out to the upside sooner or later. Of course, this triangle pattern suggests that we may have some moves to the downside to 1764, which because for me gold has turned bullish, I'm not sure that it's going to happen. I think we are stopping there and probably turn around and go and try to break to the upside. Now let me see if if this happens, we break to the upside. That's very bullish for gold. And let me continue. Just yeah, it's a touch point there, and so I'm just trying to measure from the top to the bottom because this seems to be a valid formation. And so let's say we break out somewhere there, then the target price is actually 2090. So once we break out, we are going to the top, the previous all-time high 2071, and in fact above there. So and right now the trend line is at around 1870. So once we have not only a week but a weekly body close above 1870, then my prediction is that we are going to go above 2070, above the previous all-time high. So things look good on the longer term. For gold, we need to be patient, of course. Here when we open long positions here, sooner or later they will be green, I believe. Unless we have a weekly close below this falling trend line. Good. That's all about gold. Let's go over to silver. This is the weekly chart on silver, and we have this wedge, which is a bullish pattern, and we broke to the upside as I was expecting it. We have our run up, and actually on the weekly, well, you might say that this is a low, but it's still a bull run up there. Didn't really have a low, and now we are building a clear low. Hopefully it's going to be a higher low, and this support area stopped silver, and we are bouncing back. I expect silver to bounce back to this next area. On the weekly, this is the weekly, the 20 EMA is still below the 50 EMA. It needs to cross the 50 EMA, and so that silver could turn bullish. Going over to the daily chart on silver. So this is the daily chart on silver, and on the daily chart we have a low, we have a high, we have a higher low, a higher high, and we do have a higher low here. Hopefully we will not go further down, and then it's going to be a higher low, and then what we need is a higher high. Now if we get here and build a lower high and pull back down to this area, that's going to be dangerous, because that's going to be a head and shoulder pattern. So we will have to wait and see what's going to happen. I'm just trying to make it longer, this area here, and of course this area here, because I'm going to need this in the future. So right now I think we are on our way back to this area, which is an area of resistance for us, above 23.8 up to 24.17 or 18, something like that. Okay, let's go over to the 4-hour chart and see what's happening there. So this is silver on the 4-hour chart, and let's see. Yeah, we had a nice W pattern here, and if we break above the neckline, let's see where we get. Let me just measure this. So let's say we are measuring it all the way from the top to the bottom, something like that, and let's put it on the neckline somewhere there. We are getting into this zone, in fact above 24. So I expect silver to bounce back up and go above 24, and that's needed. That's needed because on the daily chart we need to get back above the